What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Shinobi Squad Podcast. I'm fan service Renji.
Shana Mostella here.
Today, we're going to talk about life on tour.
But wait. Hold up before you get into all that. I just got some word on some unsettling news just now. Twitch just decided to let people pay for their affiliated status.
Oh, that's bogus.
It's bogus on so many ends. For those of you who are not familiar with Twitch, Twitch is a live streaming platform where you can play video games, you can live stream makeup tutorials, not even tutorials. You can stream pretty much anything.
It's one of the most popular live streaming platforms right now.
Oh, yes. And before this news, you had to earn affiliate status. Affiliate status just means once you have enough followers on Twitch, once you have enough people watching you, you can start earning money from the people that follow you. There's fun ways that people can support you on Twitch. They can send you things, they can pay for it, whatever it is.
It's the first level of making money.
It is. So when you earn that, you feel like you can, pretty much take control of how you stream and what you do and stuff like that. You can start making money. That's great.
Because sometimes, as affiliate, you can stream all you want and never get any money.
Mm-hmm.
You just have the option of being able to make money. But as partner, from my understanding, don't quote me, but from my understanding, you always make money every time you stream because they share a percentage of the ad revenue.
Yes. And that I can understand. Like, you go buy your way into it because it's something ridiculous when you have to earn that status.
Partnership requirements are pretty unobtainable for the average person.
Right.
To become partner, even the hourly streaming requirement, it's like a part-time job. You have to stream as much as a part-time job would make you work. And then you have to get that amount of people to follow you and watch you every time you stream. Affiliate, you can do it in a week if you really coerce your friends into watching you stream for a whole week straight. It may seem like not a big deal to some of y'all that don't stream on Twitch, but for those of y'all that did bust your ass during this pandemic just to be a Twitch affiliate, y'all should be upset too.
Especially the people during the pandemic. How do you feel? Because that didn't take just nothing. Like, you had to tell your friends, hey, come watch me at this time. Like, how many times did you have to do that? And now it's just like a free-for-all. And just buy your ticket, step right up, and you can be affiliate too. I'm sorry, but y'all, that just ruined my day.
And like, really, y'all should also be mad that it's kind of like a cash grab for the company.
My gripe is we had to earn that spot, and now all of a sudden it's just like that doesn't even exist anymore. I'm one of those people who don't have a bunch of friends. I don't have a bunch of followers. I don't have the numbers on social media like that. So it did take me a long time. And I'm just looking at Twitch like, what was that all even for? It's like I pride myself in that because I'm not asking for favors. I never ask for favors on stuff like that. Like, I work my ass off to get to that point. So now it's just like a free for all. And it's just like, here you go. Here's some government cheese that we're giving away for free.
But anyways, that's another topic for another podcast that we will get into, but just not today, even though we just got into it a little bit.
I'm sorry, y'all. This wasn't the real topic. I just saw it online and I just had to get into it real quick because it grinds my gears. Peter Griffin just grinds my gears and I couldn't stand it and I had to talk about it real quick. But that's not what we're talking about today. So today we are talking about
life on tour as a video vixen with an up-and-coming rap group. All right, so here we go. Little backstory. Way back when I first met Shana, she was modeling. She was doing music video work as well. And she was also doing runway work. Her portfolio in modeling was pretty diversified. During this time, I got to be a part of some of her music video work. There was one client that always stuck out that we will never forget. Bless his heart. Great guy. Sometimes borderline funny, sometimes borderline corny. We had the pleasure and the misfortune of being a part of his tour. Shana obviously got to model, got to be the video vixen. I was brought on board as a photographer and a videographer and sometimes a behind the scenes advisor. I got to play multiple roles. This guy didn't know what he really wanted at the time, so he would just kind of look for help, and I'd chime in when the price was right. There's a lot of times where I kept my mouth shut because, honestly, he wasn't paying me for my expertise. So if he paid me to be a photographer, I took pictures. Just so y'all can get some comparisons, some contrast of Shauna's experience with other clients and her experience with this individual, just so y'all see the difference. So to Shauna's credit, she's been in a music video that has aired on MTV too. And Shana was also a part of other music videos that had big enough budgets that they could afford a Lamborghini in the video.
About the MTV2 video, it was very professional from start to finish. I had to audition for it, first and foremost. It was me and a bunch of other models that came through. We all had our portfolios, we all had our comp cards, we all had our everything that we needed to have. Everything that you're supposed to have, I should say, at an audition.
Where was the meeting place?
The meeting place was somewhere downtown in the middle of the city of Chicago. Like, it was in a skyscraper on top of that. Like, it was legit.
Take note of that, guys.
Take note of it. First of all, they didn't ask for money. If you ever go to these modeling auditions or whatever, if they never ask you for a dime, you're in the right place. I go to this audition, blow it up. I got it. It's great. Then I come to the day of the shooting. They had scheduled out different models and different people who came through for different scenes of the music video.
Yeah.
They had a schedule, everything was on point. They had dancers, they had a scene just for the models, they had scenes just for the dancers, scenes just for this and whatever. We pretty much just met up, got dressed. We're just in the heart of downtown. It was very beautiful where they had us on the lakefront, they had us in the midst of the city, they had different other scenes.
Key words there. You said they shot you in the lakefront?
Yeah.
In downtown Chicago, you need permits for that.
Yeah.
So this production paid the money to have permits to shoot there.
And they paid for people to not be there that day.
Yep, because you have to have permits to block off parts of the city.
Yeah. It was like one of those, like when you see a music video and you see them in a certain place, you're like, how did you get people to clear out of that area? Well, this is how. They have permits and they paid for that spot.
Paid a pretty penny for that.
And I was a part of that. And it really did bring me to perspective, like how they do these kinds of things.
So y'all was downtown, y'all did your thing. What did the final video look like? Quick note, a lot of things look good while it's being filmed, but the final edit makes a big difference because a lot of people don't know that just because you film something, it never airs.
This video in particular was just really cool how they shot it. This guy, pretty much, long story short, he was showing up in different areas of the city. So if you guys remember the movie Jumpers, or even like how, Nightcrawler kind of like pops in and out of like different places or whatever, that's kind of what they had the artist doing. So on the lakefront, he popped in, he was in front of me. He was rapping to me, I was dancing, we were having a good time. Popped out of that frame, popped back into the city, the skyline and everything. He was dancing with people over there, popped into a club scene, he was just popping all over the city. But the point is, this video was just very well put together.
It had to be a real production if it made it to MTV2.
Oh, yeah.
They actually aired it. So you have your screen credits for being aired on MTV2. Tell us about the next video where the guy had a budget to get a Lambo.
So this one where they had the budget to get a Lambo was pretty much the same thing. I had to audition for it first off, get there to the set, everything was there, hair and makeup already. I should talk about the treatment of the people behind the scenes. They had drinks for us, they had food for us, they had all kinds of like ways we could be comfortable on set, because when you're on set, you could be there for little as maybe 5 hours or 15 hours. But they were so good about keeping us all comfortable and all like well entertained behind the scenes. So then when we were on set, it was even better. They treated us with perfection. It was great. The end result, I just remember the atmosphere was like supposed to be a party. I was in a club scene.
They booked out the whole club for that, didn't they?
They booked out a really beautiful club. It was decked out to look like you were underwater. And it was very, very pretty. Like everything was blue. Everything had like, there was like beads and crystals everywhere. It was so incredible. But the artist had, I guess, the budget to like get a Lambo on one of the other scenes. And I didn't get to see that scene, but it turned out really, really good. Really good.
For those that don't know, just to rent a Lamborghini, not even that year's Lamborghini, I remember I looked up after the video was shoot. I'm like, how much did that Lambo cost? Lamborghini. A Lamborghini is an exotic car that costs about $350,000 starting price.
I think people know what a Lambo
No,
is.
I'm just, for those that don't know. So to rent this Lamborghini that was 5 years old,
Yeah.
it was $5,000 just for them to drop it on location.
Damn.
You weren't allowed to drive it. You were only allowed to stand by it.
Right.
Plus, you needed insurance that covered the entire cost of Lamborghini.
Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody driving that car.
Nobody's driving that car.
Nobody.
Just to park that car, $5,000 for 12 hours.
Yep. Not even the whole day, just 12 hours.
If you dared to even drive it, they was charging ridiculous $800 a mile. A mile.
They could keep that.
And then if you were to drive it, the insurance went up to like $1 million coverage. So anyways, needless to say, that guy had a budget. He could afford a Lamborghini and afford to rent out a club and hire. How many girls were on set with you?
I want to say between the dancers and the people who were just supposed to be having a good time in the club, quote unquote, at least 20 of us, at least 20 to 30, because there was guys and girls.
And you walked away with a nice chunk of change.
Oh, yeah.
So you can just do the math and be like, wow, that was a budget.
Oh, yeah.
So keep that in mind. Shana's been a part of these productions, these real music videos that have real money, where girls get paid appropriately.
To the point where that shit will be with me forever. How the experience was behind the scenes, the experience was on stage, everything from the start to finish, even the experience during the audition process was top notch. These were artists that you would have never heard of. And I want you to remember that for later on in this podcast. And I don't want to put out there like exactly how much I made from these things, but I can tell you right now, I got paid more on just one of these sets for the amount of me working at any retail company for a week.
That's when you know you getting paid actual modeling money.
Oh yeah. Now this is like, I could have been working at Sears for like 2 weeks and I got paid that much money in one day. Even 1 week would have been fine for me. I'd be like, 1 week, I got paid that in a day. Shit, let me do this for a whole week, though.
Yeah. So let's keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the client that we both went on tour with.
Oh, God. Do we have to?
Yes, we have to. I'm about to throw a bunch of shade on y'all. I see a lot of people in the con scene that want to hashtag tour life. Tour life. What's that mean? That means you're on tour. You're in a different city, a different stage, a different event on a regular basis. That's what tour life means. Tour life also means you're getting paid to be at different events in different locations. You're on a tour. I've seen that hashtag being abused so much. There's a difference between really being on tour and just going to another convention. Not even every or every other, every few 3 to 4 months. That's not being on tour, homie. That's not tour life. Back to what we're talking about. I don't know why that just triggered me, but we were on tour with a certain group. I'm sorry. I just have the funny butterflies in my stomach every time I think about this experience, because this was a wild year and a half with these people. Let me start with how we started with them. We saw a casting call for a group of video vixens. They listed the specific types they were looking for. They was talking about measurements, looks, just some badass bitches with some curves. Their casting call also said, if you get booked for this, you will get booked for our tour. It's at least 5 to 6 events. You will get paid for each event. You will get paid for each event, and you will get to walk away with whatever media that's recorded at these events. Looked like a good deal. They had a starting pay per event was a couple $100s.
Yeah, for me, it was more than a week at work, working retail. So I was all in.
As for me, they were looking for a behind-the-scenes photographer. Didn't pay as much, but I'm like, you know what? I was going to be there with Shana anyway. Might as well get paid for it. They were professional. They said all the girls could have an escort. I was like, cool. I was going to be there anyway. Might as well make myself useful. I'll take the extra money.
So we set up the meeting, everything. Guess where they wanted to meet up with me? A damn Thai restaurant on the north side of Chicago.
A bring your own booze Thai restaurant. They didn't have the license to sell alcohol, but you could bring your own beer.
And guess what they did? They brought their own beer. I was like, did I miss the memo?
Not even liquor, wine. They brought 40 ounces and Bud Light.
And it was just for them. And I'm just like, I didn't even know I was supposed to be drinking during this meeting or this interview or whatever. Because normally, even on some dumb shit, you don't drink on an interview.
That's right. Or when you do, you bring some for the client. You bring a nice bottle of champagne to celebrate your partnership.
I was assuming it was for them because some Bud Light shit. I don't even drink Heineken. Come on.
They literally brought a 40 ounce of like Old English, and the other one brought a tall can of Bud Light.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
And this was the artist and the so-called manager.
And I was looking at them like, okay, so this is for you. What am I gonna drink? You know, couldn't bring no champagne, couldn't bring no wine, no nothing. Like you just up here with a legit like just Bud Light. Seriously.
And then Shana busts out her tablet to show her portfolio and her work, and it was like, damn, you got one of them tablets?
And I shouldn't have expected anything less from somebody who brought Bud Light to a damn interview. Seriously.
Oh my God. Their minds was blown that Shana showed up with a tablet showing previous modeling pictures and videos that she's been in. They wasn't ready for that technology. These dudes barely had data on their phones.
You should see the look on my face right now. By that time, having your portfolio on your tablet was already like old news. Like it wasn't like a thing.
It was beyond the norm.
I'm thinking like they're gonna think it's like, okay, whatever, this is just normal. They were blown away.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna make you like dance to their song live in person or something, but they saw the tablet and they thought they took a trip to the future. Oh shit, she got one of them things with the pictures and y'all just swipe, and the other thing, she got one of them big iPhones.
You would have thought you was talking to straight up hillbillies. Like they had never seen technology before in their life.
It was pretty much for y'all 80s babies out there. Remember when the Flintstones finally met the Jetsons? It was like that. They took a trip to the future. Needless to say, they was blown away. They offered a decent amount. Shana, being the boss bitch she was, negotiated for hire.
I did that because I knew that they had been dealing with basic bitches before me. So I charged them an extra 100, being the boss bitch that I am. And they went for it because they just wasn't expecting me to pull out a tablet, let alone a resume. So I'm like, all right, I got this. So I went for it.
No disrespect to all the other girls, but at the same time, all the shade. Some of these girls didn't even have Facebook accounts at the time.
It's about quality, people. And a lot of y'all really forget about that because of the things that you're used to being let slide. And I'm telling you, if you come to somebody and you present yourself as someone who's polished, professional, who looks like they know the game, if you don't know everything about the game, you don't have to. Just look like you do and then go from there. And then I will guarantee you can bargain for an extra 100 no matter where you are. I promise you.
Yeah, so many people undersell themselves these days because A, they got that get rich quick mentality, and they're so desperate to do so that they don't know their own worth.
It's about quality. Give them quality.
And that tablet, that presentation was all it took. They were ready to book Shana on site. Shana knew, and I knew, that she could get them to pay at least another extra $100 to $200 for this gig alone.
They paid me more for that gig than I paid for that tablet alone. That tablet was no MacBook or nothing. It was just something that I used to present myself. I went that extra mile to present myself with quality. That's it. I made them lock me down for that rate for every time that I work with them on this tour.
And that goes a long way because when you're on tour, some gigs are smaller than others. And they may not want to pay you, but that's not your problem. That's their problem. They want you at your best, so you're going to charge them for your best. It's not your fault as the model that they can't book a bigger show or a bigger venue.
Oh, but I wish that was like that nowadays. Now you could just pay your way into things, and that's just great for you. But like where we started from, we came a long way.
Yeah, now people paying their way to be a part of the show.
Twitch. Sorry, I had something in my throat. Sorry.
Back when there was a time where people used to get paid to be a part of things, but now everyone's so desperate for fame that they will pay for that spot.
Show up to the big day. It's supposed to be a music video and a live show. What they had laid out for us to wear were these Party City schoolgirl outfits. I don't know. Like I was speechless because past video shoots that I had been to came in. There was someone who styled us, someone who like put us in our hair and makeup and everything like that. I was used to that. This was like pre-packaged schoolgirl uniform. He's like, okay, here you go. Luckily, I came prepared and had my hair done, my makeup done already. I was wearing fly shoes. I had my nails done. I was looking the part. But then we get to the shoot, and all the girls that was supposed to be like schoolgirls were all different shapes and sizes. Any kind of music video you've ever seen in your life, the girls at least look similar. They're at least the same height, the same body type, whatever it is. I was probably the tallest one there. Just putting it out there. There's another girl there who is Asian, another girl who is black, another girl who is like Hispanic or something. But we were all different body types and sizes. Like I was thick. Asian girl was skinny, shorter than me, but still tall. Hispanic girl was very short herself. They were like very thick girls there. I'm just like, are we supposed to all like meld together? Like this is supposed to pull this, like we're supposed to pull this idea off together?
No disrespect to all the girls involved, but it was just the wrong mashup. Traditionally, in a music video, you want all the girls to be the same type based on the artist. You don't want a girl or a guy, depending on the artist, to be too big or too small from the artist, because that makes either the model too big or too small, and then you have to make them all match, because you don't want one girl to be super thick and one girl to be super petite, because then that distracts you in the video.
And I just want to point out too, like before everyone became sensitive to the media, back then you had to match what Renji was just saying. You had to match a certain criteria, and like that was just the norm back then. That was your uniform. That's who was casted to be at the same place at the same time. Nowadays, it's a little bit more lax than that, but back then, you had to work and earn your place on certain stages. That's just how it was. I'm sorry that like nowadays people are getting too sensitive for that kind of thing, and like you can't be too skinny or too big or whatever it is. But back then, you had to adhere to those guidelines. And you could imagine my surprise back then when I just showed up and I'm like, this isn't gonna work. Awkward turtle swimming in the ocean.
Visually, from behind the camera, it did not work out. There was just too many distractions.
Yeah.
The girls alone were distracting from each other. Then the artists, also different shapes and sizes, didn't fit in the mix. Because you had some girls that were way bigger than them, some girls that were way smaller than them. And not that any of these girls were too big or too small, but in comparison to the artists and each other, you notice. So a girl that wasn't that big looked even bigger next to a smaller girl.
Including myself. Including me next to the Asian girl that was there. I looked like I was plus size. So it didn't match. This was like, he didn't know what he wanted. All he knew was that whoever was available was going to show up, and that's who showed up. Okay? And that's what I want you to understand. It was different from me working on MTV, too. It was different from me working with the dude with the Lambo. This was like, whoever showed up was getting paid that day. So that's it.
All right, so let's move to the production of the video. I give him credit. He rented a nice-ass party bus. had a stripper pole, DVD player, big screen in the back, LED lights. Everything was the part except the planning. He gets all these girls on the bus.
Oh, God.
He didn't even have a DVD to play in the background. So on the big screen, you saw the DVD player menu that just said DVD and it bounced back and forth like the DVD load screen. That was strike one. When you film a music video, you plan out your shots. You know what you're going to do. And the bus shouldn't move. None of that happened. Whoever he hired to shoot the video had no idea what shots he wanted. He didn't even bring any music player to play the music. They had to depend on the bus driver to play the CD from the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
Usually for a music video, they have some kind of PA system. You could even bring a Bluetooth speaker. They did not do that. The bus driver started driving to the event. So they're trying to shoot this music video on a moving bus.
Mm-hmm. All of us girls, we were all on the bus trying to make it look nice for the video. Meanwhile, the rappers were rapping behind us, just like, yo, yo, yo. I'm not a rapper, so I'm just gonna improvise. They're just like, yo, 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 yo. Cans of beer. The beer just flowing out of the can as we're moving like back and forth. If y'all ever took public transportation, you know what that feels like.
Imagine
back and forth.
Yeah. Imagine standing on a public bus through the hood. This guy didn't tell us we were meeting in his house at the ghetto. There was potholes everywhere, and girls were just sliding back and forth. Like everyone was like getting whipped from left to right as the bus driver was hitting every pothole possible.
And I'm glad you said that, because where they picked us up from, where this guy lived, first of all, you should never take what you're trying to do in your business to where you actually live. This dude was on the outskirts of Chicago. It might as well have been Indiana.
Yeah.
He was in the middle of nowhere, and like when the party bus showed up, his neighbors probably thought he was P. Diddy or something, because I'm like, damn, you really shouldn't have said where you lived and where we were supposed to get picked up from. Like we should have been at a Walmart or something at the most.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
He gave us an address to go to his house. Okay. Before we get to the party part, I forgot this. We get to his house, call him.
Oh, don't start.
Is this where we supposed to be? He's like, yeah, man, come through. We knock on his door. This dude is living in the bottom basement of a Chicago-style apartment. This dude invites us into his house. His artist, his partner, and him are sitting on the couch with like cans of Bud Light.
Everybody that was in this house was watching a bootleg Kevin Hart special, and you could tell it was bootleg because you could see the camcorder and the shot just moving back and forth. And you can even see some people getting up to go use the bathroom. I could go on and on about just being at his house alone. Like I swear. But I'm just too embarrassed to really even talk about it. But I'm gonna talk about it anyway, because that's why we make this podcast, right? Before we even get on this party bus, right? He wanted to do a photo shoot, and this guy had a space set up for us. This dude, I can't even get through because, oh my God, like this is the worst. This was the worst meeting I have ever been to in my life. This guy, bless his heart, we were dressed up as schoolgirls. Like, he had costumes for us from Party City. We were all dressed up canon, the same little crop top, same little like plaid skirt. He had in his apartment a school, like a classroom setting in one of the rooms in his apartment. And by classroom, I mean like a small elementary school desk. One. He even went as far as having like a chalkboard set up in the background. We had to like hold chalk and a ruler and just like the standard like schoolgirl setting or whatever. And then in his bedroom.
Oh, the bedroom.
In his bedroom. It was his bed that he sleeps on with like handcuffs, and then he had like a table where it was like a champagne bottle and two little glasses or whatever, just for that, like, generic sex scene or whatever. We were supposed to be like bad schoolgirls. Like we were supposed to go from the classroom to his little sex dungeon or whatever. And we're supposed to be like helpless schoolgirls with his plastic
Oh, but you're missing the best part.
with his plastic handcuffs and the champagne.
That was only the tip of the iceberg. you you haven't even mentioned the weeb Scarface fandom.
Oh,
Imagine a Hello Kitty fanatic, but replace that with Scarface. It was a Scarface tribute. This man had a Scarface comforter on his bed with Scarface pillowcases and Scarface posters all over the room. That's why I said
distorted.
a Hello Kitty fanatic, but replace Hello Kitty with Scarface. I have never seen a man with this much Scarface
Oh my god.
paraphernalia, merchandise all over his room. How do you even bring a girl over to have sex and look at Tony Montana's face? Because you can't do it. In this room, no matter what angle you looked at, you would be looking straight into Tony Montana's face. Say hello to my little friend.
I was like, what the hell?
And how are you supposed to get sexy looking at Scarface's face, I guess?
The rest of the room was Scarface. I was like, so we're supposed to pose in this little ass corner, just be like, hey, we're little schoolgirls, peace, like, what?
Needless to say, them photos look like trash. I kept my mouth shut because that's not what I was paid to do.
I kept my mouth shut too because I'm like, they pay me more than what I would have made in retail any day.
Yep.
So here we are.
The photographer showed me the pictures, like, oh, these are tight, ain't they? I'm looking at his camera. You might as well have a pad of paper and draw these pictures. That camera is so old that Jesus took selfies with it.
Processing.
So,
What?
Yep.
What?
All right, so back to the video shoot. Where we last left you, this party bus was moving, going through the potholes. Girls was slamming back and forth on the walls. Beers was being spilt all over the girls.
I want you to imagine this real quick. Okay, imagine you on a bus, right? You're just going to work, and then suddenly, it's like a dream. It turns into like a fantasy. You're on this bus, right? It's moving, it's rocking, it's going back and forth, up and down. You're trying to be sexy and trying to like bring something like sexy and sensual to the party and whatever. They had a stripper pole in the middle of this party bus, mind you. All of us models were in the mindset of like delivering a good video, a good sexual video. Not sexual, sexy. We were there to be sexy. That's it. So we're like going up and down these potholes. We're on the stripper pole. One of the girls, I let the other girls go first because I wanted to see how this was going to pan out. I was not about to get my big ass up on that strip pole and try to like do a twirl while this bus was going up and down on the potholes. So these girls, bless their hearts, were trying their best. They were waiting for the moment. They're like, okay, I got the rhythm. Get on the pole. Bam! Pothole. First pothole. Girl smacked her head on the stripper pole itself and was knocked out for a couple of minutes.
Oh, yeah, the bus driver had to stop and people had to fan that girl off.
I was like, damn. That's why I didn't go first.
The bus was moving through traffic. Mind you, it's Chicago. Next girl gets up. Stop sign. Bam! Another model knocked out.
Yeah, it was just a lot of that. It was like playing double dutch. It's like who's gonna go first? Who's gonna go first? And then like as soon as you get the rhythm, right? We on this like street where there's potholes, so you like dun 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 dun. Someone get on the triple pole, do the twirl, and then as soon as you get in that crater, bam! It was like a roller coaster. Bam! Right on the pole, and she was done. She was like, all right. It's like you tap out. It's like, damn, I'm done, girl. I'm out.
Yeah, this was not a music video shoot. You thought this was an MMA fight. The way girls was getting knocked out left and right. every time a girl stepped up to dance on that pole or try to be sexy, try to be the main girl in the video, bus driver hit a stop sign, pothole, or a red light, so the bus would immediately stop and everybody would fall forward. Okay, so let's go back. All right. These dudes popping cans of Bud Light. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I understand a lot of our cosplay fam, y'all don't watch a lot of hip hop videos or whatnot, right? Okay, so in a hip hop rap music video, you trying to stunt your wealth, you trying to show off your money. You want to pop bottles of champagne, expensive liquor. These dudes had one bottle of $24 tequila that they were passing around as they were taking shots. But the rest of the time during the filming, okay. I would get if you drink beer between the scenes, but during the filming, they were just drinking cans of piss beer on camera. So with that in mind, these dudes is getting drunk off of cheap tequila and piss beer. This bus is moving back and forth. Girls is getting knocked out because the bus is in motion. They didn't sign up for any of this shit, mind you.
We should have been listening to Another One Bites the Dust. Another One Bites the Dust.
That's what was happening. Girls was getting knocked out. Dudes were just spilling beers and not remembering their lyrics. It was a mess. I had to hold my tongue. That was not my job. I didn't want to step on the toes of the man that was in charge of shooting this video, but I felt a type of way. I mean, how could I not? Half the models were knocked out.
And I want to remind you, if we never said it before, and I'm sorry, we got caught up with a lot of the other elements of this whole story, but if we never mentioned it to you before, we were on our way in this bus to a rap festival.
No, not a rap festival. A county fair festival.
Oh, yeah.
We were told it was a rap festival.
Because that's important. Remember that.
That's important.
That's important. Remember that.
We were told it was this big music festival. We thought we were going to Coachella of the south side of Chicago.
We thought we were going to Lollapalooza.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. What we were doing on the bus, he tried to knock two birds out with one stone.
Yeah.
He wanted to do like a video shoot on our way to what he really had us there for, which was the festival.
I'm going to be real. It was a county fair. I'm talking about Ferris wheel, pig judging contest, dunk the clown in the pool. It was your basic county fair. Not even a big city county fair. On some rural redneck ding 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 county fair. It wasn't even a nice county fair. But he hyped it up in his contract like we was going to Coachella.
And that's why we were partying so hard. So to move the story along, we get to this festival. Everyone's here to be a rap star. Everyone's here to be a pop star.
We think it's like an American Idol audition.
Yeah. Because of the way this guy was pitching it to us.
Yeah.
We get there. We have to park this party bus with the rest of everyone else who's there.
That was a big red flag right there. You're paying for general admission? I thought you was the talent, bro. I thought you was a part of this shit. This dude paying like everyone else to park in general admission.
We get off this bus, this party bus. We finally make it. The girls that got concussions on the way here started waking up. We gave them smelling salts.
You said concussion.
It wasn't that serious for real, but like the way that we got here, you would have thought they got concussions.
One of them girls was knocked out for a long time.
Anyway, they were good.
Anyway, sorry, go on.
But anyways, We are rolling off this bus like a troop, like a
Mm-hmm.
sexy troop. We're decked out from head to toe in this schoolgirl outfit. Everybody had their heels on. We had our glitter on our faces.
So let's give y'all credit. Y'all girls were
Yes.
looking beautiful, titties,
Yes.
booties, and heels. Y'all
We
looking
was
gorgeous.
snapped.
This
Okay.
county fair was not ready.
We didn't know it was a county fair. Let me get to that. So we roll off the bus, right? We like flipping our hair like the pussycat dolls and everything. We walk out that bus. The first thing I see is somebody holding a baby crying. The baby is ballistic. Oh my God. Like everybody with their kids is looking at us. There's people from all walks of life. They're looking at us like we doing something wrong. As soon as I walked out that bus, I felt like an alien. I was like, oh God. Like it was in slow motion. It was like I flipped my hair and I was like, because like there was just so many people there just looking at me like I was in the wrong. They're like, oh my God, I can see your belly button. Oh my God,
Ooh.
your boobies are showing. I have children. I have kids here who just wanted to ride the Ferris wheel and you look like a slut. I'm like, these guys were bewildered. The patrons of this park, this fair, were bewildered. They're like clutching their pearls. I thought I was naked. World War III had happened. So much was going on in this one moment, but in slow motion. Okay.
That fair was not ready for that much sexuality. I was on the bus at the time. I was getting ready for what was next. I'm trying to talk to the photographer. We trying to plan out what we're gonna do. Again, my job was to shoot some behind the scenes shit. So we're trying to coordinate so we don't bump into each other on stage. Next thing I know, the rappers, the guy that booked Shana, and the girls come back on the bus. And we like, what's wrong? And then the dude's like, apparently we're too sexual for this fair. So one of their advisors are gonna come talk to us. I'm just sitting here looking at the dude like, seriously? You didn't approve this beforehand?
And it's not like we were wearing like lingerie or anything like that. We were wearing a crop top, like a white crop top for like a schoolgirl kind of thing where it ties underneath. And we were wearing a plaid short skirt. And the skirt, because it was from Party City, wasn't that short. It was long enough to where it was almost at our knees.
It wasn't any more sexual than Britney Spears' very first music video.
Yeah.
It wasn't like micro skirts and booties and vaginas were hanging out.
It was like they saw our belly button, and that was it.
He tells us we have to wait for them to come tell us what we can do because they're not allowing us on stage. Wait. So you drug everyone over here and now you might not even be able to perform? So many red flags. I'm just like, why did you feel the need to walk these girls out and show off in the first place? That's where he messed up. He should have just saved these girls for his performance and he could have got it done with. But he didn't. He wanted to walk with these girls, show off at the county fair.
I had no idea because he never said that in the post. Had I known it was a county fair, I would have never shown up just like that because I've been to a county fair before. That's not how you dress for a county fair. I've been to the real legit county fair before. You dress like you would dress like if you were going anywhere else.
Yeah, you just wear normal shit. It's a fair, not Coachella of Southern Illinois.
If you would have told me that from the jump, I would not have agreed to wear what he had bought for us to wear. Not that it was like that scantily clad, but it was still inappropriate for a family county fair. I would never in a million years have worn that shit. It was just an idea that he was gonna like blow up and just be like this Eminem of the rap world and this like Dr. Dre of the rap world. Like he was just gonna blow up after this county fair. That's exactly how he portrayed it to us.
Okay, so let's pause right there. That itself needs more thorough explanations. Let's pause right there. Go grab a drink. Go grab a snack. Let me break that down for y'all real quick.
If you saw me right now on YouTube, I had just thrown my arms up in the air because I have no words. No words.
It's like reliving a painful childhood memory. Hope y'all got your snacks. Let's get right into it. This guy tells us during our initial audition interview, he took a personal loan out for over $10,000. He was honest with us. He's like, look, I work at a manufacturing plant. I have a 9 to 5, but I really feel strongly about my music. I got a buzz. I got a movement going. I'm going to be somebody. I'm willing to invest my future in this. Y'all know me. I'm a hustler. So if a man can take out a personal loan to invest in his future, I'm all about that shit. You feel so confident about yourself, I'm with you. That's so inspirational that this dude's willing to take out a personal loan to chase his dreams. Think about everything we just said. He took out a loan for over $10,000 to pay for this party bus, pay for all these girls. So of course he made us feel like this was a big deal.
We're all just in the bus now, sipping our margaritas in a bag.
Margaritas in a bag. Note that too.
And we're just chilling. We're like, okay, cool. Now that we've seen what this place has to offer, we get it. Margarita in a bag. Okay, like that's the best you can offer. Cool. Here comes someone knocking at the door, right? Of the party bus. This woman walks in, older woman. She's like, hey guys, thank you for signing up for the entertainment for tonight. But after seeing the entertainment that you have for our event, your little schoolgirls with the schoolgirl outfit, yeah, those guys. Yeah, if you're going to have those in your live performance, then we need to have them dress appropriately for this event. So here is a box of t-shirts for your models, because we can't have that, what they're wearing right now at our event. So here's a box, and then you can go through this box and find the appropriate sizes of t-shirts for your models. And that's what they're going to wear on stage when they go on stage with you. So ta-ta, have a good day.
Damn.
Thank you and enjoy the festival.
Damn.
We go through this box, right? Every single one of these shirts are a 2X size shirt. It was just a white t-shirt with the event printed on the front side of the shirt. None of us fit the size of the shirt. It looked like we were wearing tents. To the point where we had to take the shirt, hoist it up in the bag, and tie it with a hair tie, to make it look like a halter or something like that. So you drug us all the way to this point just for us to wear t-shirts. You bought everybody these costumes from Party City just for us to show up in t-shirts. Like I could have worn anything to this thing. Like I could have worn my own personal best. Needless to say, I was pissed. I'm like, I showed up to this thing. I'm wearing this cheap shit that I would never have worn myself personally. Here I am. And here you are with your bullshit and your t-shirts. I was so pissed.
I felt embarrassed for him and for all of you.
I was drinking margarita in a bag.
Yeah, I just felt so bad for everyone involved. This dude spent all this money for all these girls to be there for that? How did y'all go through the performance and what happened afterwards, Shana?
So we go through the performance as usual, except we were all wearing 2X t-shirts that didn't fit any of us. But anyways, we went on stage, we did our spiel, we danced, we did exactly what we were supposed to do. The whole time, it was just a reminder that we really should not have been there like that at all. It was a family event, and we were not supposed to be there. We weren't. That's all I can say, even with the t-shirts on, with what the artist had in mind and what he paid me for, what he paid all of us for actually, was not what the county fair,
Mm-hmm.
what the family event wanted.
Yeah.
Basically, we got paid to not do any of the things that we were paid to do.
Yeah.
But guess what? We walked away with a stripper bus that was paid for throughout the day. So guess what? We did after this family event? We got back on that bus and partied all the way through downtown Chicago and just had a ball.
Mm-hmm.
We had a ball. Like, we just went. We didn't even get paid for that. We were just at the point where it was just like, we came to this family event and nothing happened.
Yeah.
Dude got a whole loan. He got a whole bank loan for this day.
Yeah.
And nothing happened from that. And nothing came of it. But we had that party bus till the brink of dawn. And that's exactly what the hell we did, was party until that party bus was no more. And that was it. That was it.
Yeah, that dude, I feel so bad for him because he was like, after tonight, my life's going to change. I already told my boss I'm quitting. I already told him I got this big show tonight. I ain't coming in tomorrow. This dude literally quit his job because he thought this county fair thing was going to do it for him. But just the way he described it, he made it seem like he was performing at a make it or break it moment of his life. But it wasn't. The show sucked. Needless to say, he may have got like 2 new followers because it was a county fair. And then even afterwards, when we were trying to figure out what to do for the after party, oh my God, I almost forgot about the after party. He took all of us to some no-name mom and pop bar and restaurant. Do you remember that? Where he had all you girls take pictures next to the pool table, and it was just some Southern fried country bullshit.
Actually, I don't remember that.
Oh, good for you, because I do. This place might as well have been a truck stop with a pool table. They took this bus over to some quote-unquote after-party spot.
Oh, yeah. No, I vaguely remember this
Yeah,
now.
okay.
Okay, it's all coming back to me. I vaguely remember that because we didn't spend too much time there. That's why I didn't remember it right away. This was like, we showed up, took pictures, and then we left because this place was such a truck stop. What are we supposed to be doing here?
I remember there was a bridge that crossed over a pond.
Oh, yeah.
And all the girls had to pose sexy in this pond and try not to fall to their doom.
I remember that now.
Uh-huh.
It happened so fast and so nonchalant that that's just not a part of my memory. Wow. Good memory. Because I did not remember that part.
Oh, I remember because I still have those pictures on my hard drive.
I want to see those pictures, and I think the rest of us want to see those pictures.
Pictures of the awkward poses you girls had to do. Because mind you, my job was to take behind the scenes pictures.
The whole night went south. I'm just like, why? Why did I sign up for this?
Why did you sign up for it? The same reason I signed up for it. We were about that hustle life. An opportunity was presented to us that paid us more than what we made at a week of work. Why wouldn't you take it? For all of you that are trying to be in the entertainment world or the art world, if there's a gig that pays you more than what you make at your regular 9 to 5, you're going to take it, regardless of the bullshit or not. But why do you do these things? It's a learning experience.
As a model, as an entertainer, you know where you have to start from. There's no question about that. You can't just start off in riches and just be like, yeah, I'm like set for life, whatever. But with this experience, I learned that there's people out there who think they're up here. But then, like, when you actually go for these gigs and you sign up for these things, you know that you're actually down here. And it's just like, you have to be professional even through that. all the way up from here where they think they are to down here where you are. You have to know the difference between where you are and where you're trying to go to. And unfortunately, a lot of these places that isn't LA or isn't New York or whatever, a lot of those companies and a lot of those artists start from a certain point. And you, as an artist, you, as someone who is following them, has to know the difference. When you follow these people, you have to know where you fall in that category. And sometimes you just have to go along with it, just like how we went along with what this artist did. And it just comes down to the fact that this person was doing something. This person had a vision. And as a model, as a designer, you want to be a part of that vision no matter where you are, no matter what you've experienced yourself, no matter where this experience is going to take you. You have to follow it. And that's just what it is.
Yeah, that's what you get paid to do. Unfortunately, when you're on the support end of the vision, you got to just deal with it. You have to accept his vision, no matter how good or bad it may be, and deliver it. As a model, you have to deliver that performance that he wants. And that's just part of the hustle. A lot of people get into this entertainment world thinking, I'm going to do what I want. I'm so special. No, it don't work that way. Doesn't matter what end of the camera you're on. You could be the man shooting behind the camera. You can be the model in front of the camera. There's someone else above you that's calling the shots. The question I always like to ask myself and other artists is, do you want to make money or do you want to make art? You may not agree with the quote unquote art that the director is telling you, but you're making money. They're going to hire you for your skill as a videographer, as a designer, as a model, or whatever. But it's not up to you to create art. Someone else got paid to do that. So ask yourself, do you want to make money or do you want to make art? As with our experience, we didn't agree with anything the director said, but we played our role. We got paid to do what we do. It's not up to you to say more.
And also on that note, if you were hired to do something and you know this person that you got hired by like isn't professional and doesn't do things in professional ways, you as a professional need to deliver still. No matter what you do, no matter what client you have, you want to deliver the best that you have got.
Anyways, that was just a few of the quick stories of Shana being on tour. We were ready to talk about so much more because Shana and I have been fortunate to be able to tag team on these experiences, and I was there to see the things she had to go through. We were about to talk about so much more, but we didn't realize that this one example was going to take so long. We got so much more stories to tell.
Oh, yeah. We was on tour, remember? Like, I was there with this guy for a long haul. So I have plenty more stories.
Please, please, please tell Shana you want to hear more about our tour with this guy, because you will not regret the LOLs and the sadness that came with this tour.
If this one story took an hour to tell, I have plenty more where that came from. Believe me, this guy, because he paid me my premium or what I wanted, I have so many more stories.
And these are just Shauna's stories of being on tour. As I've said before, I've been on tour with a hip-hop group, so I got my stories. All right, guys, so with that said, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Shinobi Squad Podcast. It is officially the holiday season, aka annoying Christmas music at every store you go into season. But you know what? This year, I actually would not mind hearing holiday music. With all that said, thank you so much for tuning into the Shinobi Squad Podcast. It's been so much fun just sharing our experiences with you guys. It's the holiday season. Start smiling. Start decorating shit even if you don't have a Christmas tree. Put some lights on your booty and clap them cheeks just for the holiday spirit. Whatever you want to do. At least you don't murder a Christmas tree, right? Anyways, I'm fan service Renji.
Shana Mostella.
See you guys next week.
Happy Christmas.
You can't
Not
say
yet.
Happy Christmas.
Not yet.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Because not everyone celebrates Christmas.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot. Everyone's like
God.
sensitive and
Happy whatever you celebrate because you get days off during this time of year.